Hello everybody, welcome to the NFL Playoff Predictions Show. Joey Wagner here with you, along with
Maddox Carter.
And we are going to go through each and every playoff game and my predictions of who will win each one. So by the time we are done tonight, we will know who will win Super Bowl 50. Well, let's start with the wild card weekend this week. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Sunday. The first game. Well, folks, now to our first playoff game of the NFL year. It is on ABC and ESPN on Saturday, kickoff for 4:30. Kansas City and Houston. These two teams met during the regular season in week 1. And in that game, Kansas City defeated Houston 27-20.
Let me just add something. They had some really good games. There was some wars.
They were close. Only a 7-point game that early in the season. But I pick Kansas City, the road team, to upset Houston to win this game. And here's why.
Upset of the year. Have to.
Number 1, Alex Smith. Even though he's not an elite quarterback, he does something that's very, very important in this league. He doesn't turn the football over. So because of that, and with the Kansas City defense, it is very strong with Derek Johnson and Tamba Lee and Justin Houston and the rookie corner who had 8 picks, Marcus Peters. For all of those reasons, Kansas City wins. Well, now the nightcap, Saturday night, 8:15 on CBS. I'll be doing this game, a game very close to my heart and my mind too. Pittsburgh going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals as the Steelers look to get their 7th Super Bowl title, the quest for it. And these are rivals in the AFC North. This will be the 3rd time they've played each other this year. Cincinnati won in Pittsburgh 4 weeks ago. Pittsburgh won in Cincinnati. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will win their first playoff game of the year, and here's why.
Have to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And here's why. Number 1, that Pittsburgh Steelers offense. My goodness, Maddox, They are lethal. 26 points a game this season. That's 5th in the league. Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, the wide receivers, more of them. Wheaton, Bryan, tight end Heath Miller. They'll do their thing. And here's a huge reason why Pittsburgh will win. Andy Dalton, the Bengals starting quarterback, is out with that thumb injury he suffered against us a month ago. Do you really trust A.J. McCarron?
Didn't want to hear that name.
A backup quarterback to win a playoff game? It's the NFL. It's the playoffs. That doesn't happen.
This ain't no kiddie games.
To win playoff games in this league, to win championships, you need elite quarterbacks. Ben is that. McCarron isn't. Sunday at 1:05 on NBC, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are in Minnesota as the Seattle Seahawks take on the Minnesota Vikings. The winner of this game will be the 2-time defending NFC champions. The Seattle Seahawks will upset Minnesota. They'll win on the road. I wouldn't call it an upset, though, because from what I've seen, Seattle is a 5-point favorite in this game. So Seahawks win, and they should. Russell Wilson, best year of his life. He's been playing fabulous football over the last 2 months. Lots of touchdowns, no turnovers. And for the Vikings, they're just too young. They're not ready to take this next step yet. Teddy Bridgewater, he's a game manager. And I don't think the Vikings have enough firepower to defeat Seattle. And by the way, about a month and a half ago, Seattle went into Minnesota and blew them out. I think it was a 38-3 game. They blew them out.
And let me add something on to what you said. Like you even said, it's not going to really be that big of a deal if they win because you're expecting it.
Yeah, for Seattle, they are expected to win this game. And the late game on Sunday, it is, let's see, who is it? Oh, I know who it is now. Green Bay in Washington. The quarterbacks, Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers, the Redskins, Kirk Cousins. You would think that I would pick Green Bay to win this game, but I'm not. Green Bay, they're not going to move on. They are going to lose on Sunday. Kirk Cousins and the Redskins will get the win. Here's why. The Redskins are money at home. They're 7-1. Kirk Cousins, a completely different man at home compared to the road. Maddox, that team is completely different. The whole team is completely different at home on the road.
And just let me say something, add on to that, like we've been doing. Green Bay just doesn't have it this year.
They actually don't. They have lost 6 of their last 10. They just haven't been the same old Green Bay Packers, and for that they're going home early.
And again, this is a step up. This is the big leagues. This is harder. So I just don't see it happening.
Well, Maddox, that's all of the first round games. Let's move on to the divisional round playoffs that'll be taking place Saturday, the 16th of January, Sunday, the 17th. 2 games apiece. We don't know the times for them yet, but these are who we think will be. We'll start off with a rematch of a playoff game from a year ago. Seattle, the number 6 seed Seattle Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers, the number 1 seed. Best record in the league are the Panthers, 15-1. In last year, Seattle won. This year, Carolina will. These two teams, Maddox, they are very similar. They're so close to each other.
They're like stalemate. They're like, I don't remember the names, but yeah, they're stalemate.
They're quarterbacks, running quarterbacks that can throw. Russell Wilson, Cam Newton. They can both run the football. They both have great defenses.
Great offense.
So the main difference in this game, for me, home field advantage. They're so close that I'm picking home field advantage with Carolina. Next one. The Kansas City Chiefs, who defeated Houston, taking on New England. It's Brady. It's Belichick. It's Foxborough on a Saturday night. What else can you say? New England's going to blow out Kansas City. It's not going to be a game.
It's just going to be crushed. It's over.
The Patriots do it at home time and time again. They've beaten the Colts 2 straight years in the playoffs, and they'll do the same thing with the Chiefs. And now the Sunday games. Pittsburgh going to Denver. In the Mile High City in Denver. By the way, Peyton Manning has been named the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos for the playoffs. Getting the job back from Brock Osweiler. And remember, Maddox, these two teams played in Pittsburgh in Week 15. Pittsburgh came back from a 17-point deficit and won 34-27.
That was crazy.
The one thing that the Denver Broncos have going for them is their defense. They have the best defense in the league. Fewest points allowed, fewest yards allowed, most sacks. But the Pittsburgh Steelers ate them up, and I think they will again. Pittsburgh wins over Denver because of their offense and because Peyton Manning is just not what Peyton Manning used to be.
Yeah.
He's fallen apart.
Getting older, you know?
He is. And now the final game next weekend, 16th and 17th, Washington and Arizona. This game is going to be a blowout.
Let's just take
Arizona, big. Because remember, folks, how the Washington Redskins are 7-1 at home this season?
That's big numbers.
They have lost 6 of 8 away from home this season. They are terrible.
That's bad numbers.
On the road. And mixed with Arizona being great at home, that game's going to be over fast. Carson Palmer with all the weapons, Fitzgerald, Floyd, John Brown, the running back, Johnson. That game's going to be over by the end.
And Joey, I was waiting for you to mention these two teams, like, you know, their game.
Yes.
Because it's not going to be real interesting. We all know it's going to be a blowout, like you said. It's over.
I am going to be very interested to see what the line is in Vegas for this game. It's going to probably be a 9 or 10 point line.
Yeah, because we all know who's going to win.
Arizona, big. And now, we are down to the final 4 teams. In the AFC, New England and Pittsburgh. In the NFC, Arizona, my fault, and Carolina. The winners of these games in this championship round go to Super Bowl 50. We'll start in the AFC. Pittsburgh, New England. A rematch of opening night on the season. That New England won by 7, but Pittsburgh played well at the end
Came back.
to make it a close game even though they lost.
They didn't have enough time to come back, but honestly, I think if the game was longer, like longer than 15 minutes
For each quarter.
Honestly, I think we would have won.
I thought so too, and because of that, even though it's in New England with Brady and Belichick, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to go to Super Bowl 50. Once again, that offense, Roethlisberger with Brown, Wheaton, Bryant, the tight end Heath Miller, the offensive line doing their thing. And folks, remember, this now is over 2 weeks from now, so D'Angelo Williams could be back from that ankle injury.
That's what I was telling my dad.
That he'll be missing tomorrow night's game with. So watch out for that Steeler offense. And that Steeler defense is underrated. They allow yards, but they don't allow many points. They've only allowed about 19 points per game this season. They force a lot of turnovers, especially in the red zone. 7 of them to be specific. So Pittsburgh wins a close one in Foxborough to go to the Super Bowl, and they finally get over the Foxborough hump. Now in the NFC title game, a couple of the best teams in the league. This one's going to be good. Carolina, Arizona. This might be the best game of the playoffs.
Here we go.
I was going back and forth for about 25 minutes thinking who would win this game.
And we was just talking about this game too before we did this.
We were actually. It's crazy, but this game is going to be this good. Even though the game is in Carolina, it'll be close. And I am picking the Arizona Cardinals to defeat Carolina. First of all, let's look at the head coach. Bruce Arians is an elite head coach in this league, and the Arizona Cardinals are lucky to have him.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera is good, but Arians is on the next level. The quarterbacks. Palmer has more weapons than Newton does. Maddox, Cam Newton lost his #1 wide receiver before this season began. Palmer has all of his weapons, and they are red hot right now.
They're just waiting to release that anger on some team, and I think it's going to be
First of all, they'll put it on Washington big time, and then they'll put it on Carolina on the road. The head coach, more weapons. It'll be one of the best games that I think that Arizona will win in the end to go to Super Bowl 50. Well, now talking about Super Bowl 50, it'll be taking place on Sunday, February 6th at about 6:30, the kickoff from Santa Clara, California, the home of the San Francisco 49ers. Super Bowl 50 will be exclusively on CBS, the halftime show, Coldplay, and Beyonce.
Yep.
And this Super Bowl will be a classic, and it is a very familiar teams. Maddox, is it me, or do these two teams sound familiar? Pittsburgh, Arizona. Does that remind you of something?
Yeah, it really does, because you know, but
we all know what happened 7 years ago in Super Bowl 43. These two teams met in Tampa. Pittsburgh won by 4 with a touchdown by Santonio Holmes with less than a minute to go.
Honestly, Joey, this close.
It'll be the same way.
It'll be the same way.
And not only are these two teams familiar based on a Super Bowl 7 years ago, but these two teams played each other in Week 6 of this season.
Yep.
Pittsburgh won by 12, and remember, we didn't have Ben Roethlisberger. He was hurt. We beat Arizona with a third-string quarterback.
And our quarterback, Ben, he's better than
Landry Jones and Michael Vick. A lot better. So if we can beat this team, this Arizona team, without Ben, I think we can win with him. So because of that, the Pittsburgh Steelers will get their 7th Super Bowl title, their 7th Lombardi, and win Super Bowl 50. That's how it all stacks up. So there it is, folks. Pittsburgh will win Super Bowl 50. You like that, Maddox? Isn't that pretty good? Feeling good?
I hope so. I very much hope so, but
I think it with my mind, and I hope it happens in my heart. So for Maddox Carter and the rest of the crew, Joey Wagner, The Truth signing off, folks. Thank you for watching the NFL Playoff Predictions Show. We hope you enjoy all of these games as much as we do. Good night.
good night.